I like went to turn my PS4 off, accidentally put it in rest mode because it defaults to put PS4 in rest mode, and I got so mad that I just yanked out the power cord. I'm not kidding you, this hurts. Trying to do this hurts. Which, if anything, is part of the reason why I want to get it done. Is how dare you? How dare you treat me like that? How dare you think you're allowed to make me feel even slightly that way about me? Sorry if you're hearing a whole bunch of that if I just did it. I like to play with a tech deck. I feel like it helps out my nerves. I can't kickflip on the tech deck, but I think I can tray flip, I can shove it. Maybe impossible, I don't know. The line separating an impossible and a tray flip, it's clearly defined, but it's just that a tray flip could easily be an impossible, but you also make a horizontal 360-degree wrap as it's happening. Whereas a lot of people think a tray flip is just a kick flip that's also slightly vertical. I'm just arguing that it's also an impossible that's just also horizontal. I mean, really, it's diagonal. It's what you call things that are horizontal and vertical at the same time. Yeah, I was playing this last night, and I was having a great time just going forth, and doing my best, except I wasn't. And, queues were fast, like they usually are for killers at night. Anytime past 7 PM, you know, that's when Survivor gets slow and Killer gets instant. But anyways. I was playing it, and then, like, the moment about 3 AM hit, all of a sudden, queues were actually long. Like 9 minutes or so. I don't know what happened. Maybe everyone who can get Adept Trickster already has, and everyone who can't not only doesn't want to play Trickster, Trickster just made them want to stop playing the game. And let me just say this at the beginning before all my faith is gone and I no longer see it as a relevant thing to say. Oh, jeez. Sorry, I'm adjusting my microphone as I'm talking, and I can only imagine all types of awkwardness that's imposing, but oh, yeah. What happens if I actually get Adept Trickster? Well, if I get Adept Trickster and I want to keep streaming, I'll start a new stream and probably stream the game Concrete Genie. But because I don't think that's going to happen, I think this is just going to be #1, and eventually I'll scream. But if I do actually get this stupid achievement, for this stupid asinine ass killer, I'll probably just end the stream right then and there. Like, I don't think I want to play more Dead by Daylight after this. Here's the thing about this killer, because he's new, every map I spawn on, I'm like, oh no, yay? I can't actually tell whether or not I'm being put in a good situation. And I feel the same way about the power. Sometimes I can get away with hitting a survivor with knives and actually hit the survivors with my knives, but most of the time I'm like, why though? But why would I do that? I was really expecting them to be over there and working on a generator. One thing I feel like I've definitely learned is you always go for the M1 if you can. Like right there, all I did was make this take longer to injure David. I should have just hit him. Because if you think Trickster's weak with his knives, wait till you see him without him. Oh. Well, at least we got him to spend that. I don't really want to give up the chase because it might be the only hook I can potentially get, but I know damn well that someone's over here working on this generator. I kind of just want to spend them so my green pocket watch add-on works. Hello? Why? Why would you do that, though? So no one's lacerated, but 3 people are injured, and that's much better. Because laceration doesn't do anything. Do you have dead hard? Maybe the way you play this guy is you just throw one just in case you end up in the situation where knives would be better. He's gonna dead hard to this window, isn't he? He waited too long, so I knew he couldn't dead hard and then vault. And that he'd instead rub off against the window, so that's why I swung there. Got 53 knives, so it's not worth reloading yet. They play pretty aggressively and pretty in my face. So, I figured Starstruck might work. Do you have BT? I need to switch your health states, because that might have been a syringe. I always forget that one of his perks is a Hex. Speaking of Hex crowd control, I don't think it's a bad perk, I just don't think it's especially good on Trickster specifically. Because if there's any point you can use your knives, it's when someone's vaulting the same window over and over again. And you're like on the side of the window. Yeah, I have to take this. This part of the map's way too threatening, so I need to just get rid of it. Question is, though, is he the only one here? Because if he's the only one over here on this side of the map, then this is actually a waste of time. What a great power. I can't give up on him, because if I do that, then I won't have received any value. But I might actually get deservedly decisive struck right now. But yeah, he went to the other side of the map to give his team free time to do gens, so that was smart of him, and I'm probably not going to get the Adept Trickster achievement this match. It is so easy to wind up in a situation where you can't leave the survivors, or else you'll have accomplished nothing. But you can't finish the chase quickly, so it's gonna screw you over to not leave. And that's not even a Trickster-specific complaint that I have, that's just... like a thing that happens in the game in general. Should I really try to throw knives from a distance? I get that it's a ranged attack. And not even a limited ranged attack at that. Kinda need to respect pallets if I'm not gonna have any during. Oh, for fuck's sake. You just take one chase and the game ends. This killer's lame. You either fucking hit him, quit him, get no value, and just... essentially all you accomplish is you draw a few pink lines on the screen of the survivor player, and that's it, that's all you're capable of. Or you actually try to get a hook and 4 gens pop. So all his power does is M1 survivors more slowly. How did the first 5 of those knives miss? By the way, it's not really good game design to make a ranged attack that's so inaccurate that the only way to deal with it is just give the killer a clip size that's so stupidly gargantuanly big that he just keeps throwing them and throwing them. The mere fact that this David ran off to the corner of the map tells me there's probably a saboteur over here, but I guess I have Starstruck, so it shouldn't matter that much. My apologies, folks. And the saddest part is this is actually one of my better Trickster matches. It's just that what's the point of this? Like, fucking, do you expect me to believe for even a moment that the reason I didn't hit those knives was because I didn't aim at her properly? No. The reason I didn't hit any of those knives is because instead of aiming his knives to the center, regardless of which hand he's throwing them from, Trickster literally fucking throws them off to the side in a straight line based on which hand he's using, which makes it impossible to aim consistently. Because he's literally... it literally doesn't always mean the same thing. Is there a flashlight? There's a flashlight somewhere, I can't see where though. And he's exposed, but he still went for it, which is weird. I can force him out. But that's about it. Now, I got 7 hooks, and that, on most killers, means guaranteed brutal killer, guaranteed safety pit, if you get more than 6 hooks. But, this is Trickster. And if there's anything he's good at, it's de-pipping. And just to express, like, how prevalent this problem is, I was a rank 1 killer. Or I was practically a rank 1 killer before I started going for this achievement. I burped and it made it sound like I was crying. I was a rank 1 killer! Like, it's not just that he's weak. It's that he's weak in a way which doesn't, guarantee him any emblems. It would be much easier to get Adept Legion, even though I do remember that when I got Adept Legion, I brought an old Ivory Mori to do so, you know, because I made a Facebook status about it, like, yeah guys, I'll admit, I took an Ivory Mori. By the way, the green pocket watch add-on, it says considerably increases each survivor's laceration meter decay duration when out of blades, so that's why I tried to run out of blades. And then by the time I reloaded, there was no laceration at all, so I guess this add-on's shit. Moderately increases movement speed while throwing blades. That, I can only imagine that's helpful. I just don't get why they think it's a good idea to give a killer a ranged attack, which doesn't work consistently, and also doesn't really attack from range. The knives have a massive drop, and considering that you don't have to hit just one knife to get survivors down, that means you pretty much never want to hit them from far away. You always want to be close enough that you can pump them with at least 8 knives, but the thing is, pumping them with 8 knives is often to your detriment, because throwing knives slows you down greatly eventually, especially if you throw them consecutively. So you just get an M1, but more slowly. It'd be fine if he got M1s, but his knives helped him get hits that he couldn't get otherwise. He doesn't have to be an insta-down killer. Nor does he have to be like Huntress, where the moment you hit a survivor with one of the blades, they just take a whole injured state, because I could see why that isn't okay. His knives are way too easy to hit for that to be the case. But the thing is, throwing knives takes a long time, slows you down, speeds the survivor up, and for what purpose? It's like what they're trying to do is make it so that his power is exclusively there to show off. It's a power you win in spite of and not because of. Which I guess has some ludonarrative resonance, as in like, yeah, that is kind of what this guy would be like. He would just be a silly, stupid show-off, but you know, people don't respect show-offs who can't back up their shit-talking. It's not enough to just show off, you have to do well. I also don't know what they mean by fully charged, because there is no, like, fully charged indicator or noise of that, so if after you've aimed a blade it starts charging, I would really appreciate more feedback on that. Because so far the only feedback I get with Trickster is his breathing sounds a lot like a survivor, and his laughs mask the footsteps and actions of survivors. Like, not the big noises, of course, like fast vaults and whatnot, but the little subtle noises that separates the boys from the men when it comes to playing killer. And the girls from the women's. Yeah, once again, I don't know. Maybe this is the worst map you can get as Trickster, maybe this is the best map you can get as Trickster. I don't like the Jake's name. I didn't even realize there was a generator in front of me because the aura just went away so quickly. Did this guy think I wasn't gonna see him because he was on a side of the generator that was blocked? I hate to say it, but this is the way I'm gonna get this achievement. I'm just gonna try my best, but because Trickster's so weak, I'm gonna do like non-consensual smurfing. Game's gonna knock me down a few ranks. I'll eventually be playing against babies. Even though it'll be super obvious that I'm out of their league. It's gonna be the only way I'll ever get kills with this killer. Is this the Dwight's whole plan? It's a bad plan. I kind of have to throw them. Otherwise I'll never catch up because I'm 110. But the thing is, that's not a power. That's a completely artificial difficulty. That's a problem you introduced for the exclusive purpose of solving it. That's mafia logic. Oh, we're your insurance policy. What are you protecting me from? Us. This Claudette might be exposed because of Starstruck. Or she might have ran over here from the other side of the map. It seems like if you can get an M1, always just get an M1. You fucking got hit 4 times already, hello? I don't give a shit that you crouched 3 days after you had been hit 4 times in a row. You still should take damage from the 4 times you already got hit. Who cares about the time you dodged after you objectively got hit? You could visually see it. I don't even think I'm mad at Ace, I'm just mad at this dumb game. Just doesn't know how to register hits that are clearly happening. What's up? There we go. This fucking Dwight. This fucking Dwight has no plan. And I can't do anything about it. Because I'm a 110 killer. Ultimate's so good that it literally can't stop a survivor from I'm doing a gen directly in front of you.
그래 이거야.
Guys, he slowly sidled off to the side 3 seconds after he had been hit by the knives. Clearly, he didn't get hit by... What?! He didn't get hit by one of them. My god, I'm so pissed. Yeah, throw it down. Uh-huh. No, mind game, just run straight forward. Yeah. Yeah, that really shouldn't work. That should be the #1 thing you don't do. If this killer wasn't so bad, I'd actually have received value from this Dwight's complete lack of risk versus reward understanding. But because this game barely works, and because there's no point to this killer, that is instead a god Dwight now. Just because I have none of the tools available to punish him for playing poorly. Hey, you can't unhook a survivor and have decisive strike, so... Like, do you see the ego? Do you see the false sense of accomplishment this game gave that Dwight? He literally killed himself because he didn't understand how or why it's a threat or a bad thing to be directly in front of the killer. And why is that? It's because if I hit him with a knife, no benefit. And it's like, okay, don't hit him with knives. This? Pretty okay. Pretty okay. Does something, for the most part. Except it doesn't do anything when you're a 110 killer and you can't get into the situation where you actually hit the survivor. Look! Look! He's so used to previous decisive strike that he didn't think at all about it. You scrub, you're engaging in the scrub mentality. You should just get good and adapt, bro. Fucking... I mean, if it was like, oh, okay, here are the tools this killer has available. Here's what I'm doing wrong. I'd be like, sure. But I don't think you're considering what happens if I hit a survivor with a knife. Nothing. What happens if I don't hit a survivor with a knife? The chases can't end quickly. Because I'm 110. I've never really seen No Way Out accomplish something, but I think it's just because I'm not getting unique hooks. It's 10 seconds plus an additional 6 seconds. I don't know, bro. Every time the last generator pops, by the time I've done literally anything, I feel like No Way Out is over. And not only is No Way Out over, the exit gates are open. And I kind of feel bad because I'm sitting here talking about how bad that Dwight is. And he could have come here and been like, haha, I wonder if whoever the heck is having a good time. We played together, wasn't that fun? And for me, no. I also saw some head-assery on Twitter about like, why would you play this killer if other killers do exactly what he does, but better? And someone tried to respond with, "'Cause he's fun, lol." But fucking other killers do what he does, but better. So, I don't think you comprehend that if there's something you find fun about the Trickster, there's a different killer you could do the exact same thing with, but you'd get bigger rewards for doing it. So, because it's fun, lol, doesn't really accomplish anything in that argument. Because the accusation was never, it's not fun. It's just that it's the exact same fun, but worse. And it just bothers me so much that there are so many people in this community who are like, fun just means arbitrary difficulty. It's okay to not like losing. You can say, I'm not having fun because I'm losing. And especially if that's actually because there's nothing you can do to change the fact that you're losing. It's not a morally transgressive statement. It's not a lack of integrity. You know what does lack integrity? Playing in a way you don't like to play just because more people approve of it. Thank you for doing that. That made things so much easier. Oh no, I lost that perk. Once again, I feel like that could be a good perk. It's just not good on him. And I kind of want survivors to be vaulting the same thing over and over again, because it seems to be the only time I get to use the knives. Oh, delicious. Oh hey, I see someone coming for the hook. You have borrowed time? I'll take it off your hands. Yep, uh-huh. You thought I was gonna fall for that, didn't you? He can't get far unless he has balance landing. The verticality slow him down once he drops. If he drops. That ain't how this shit goes. I hate pallet campers because it just forces the game to turn into a 50-50. This wall's also stupid. It takes 30 minutes to get up here. I really feel like I can't let survivors go ever as this killer. Yeah, try to camp a pallet, try to camp a pallet. I can hit you from afar. Why would you ever try to camp pallets against this guy? 26 is worth reloading at. My god, the laceration's over. If you hit someone else, the laceration ends. But it's so much better to M1 that you should hit someone else. Damn. I wish the destroy pallet button would work the first time I pressed it instead of the second or fifth. Yeah, the last gen's gonna pop before I can hit this Saul Goodman guy. Well. Even if I didn't mean it like this, but hey. I guess I was still right. I still couldn't hit that Saul Goodman guy before the last generator popped. Also, did he lose both laceration and injury? Because of adrenaline? That's dumb. Like, my god, just no helpfulness. No situation in which you ever want to actually hit a survivor with your knives. And the 360 on the stairs was bad. Exit gates are kind of close together, but I worry that even if I do... actually managed to kill all the survivors with an endgame comeback. It still won't get me the Adept achievement because it won't be considered a merciless victory. I don't want to use main event. All it does is make things worse. I want to get Elodie before she can potentially use Power Struggle. Starstruck, I found, is a good perk. Like, just in general, that would be helpful as any killer. Yo, you can't have this unhook. I don't know what makes you think I'm gonna just give it to you for free. Oh fuck, I only had one knife. What's with all the crouching? I know some of you might be saying, oh, they're teabagging you, but usually people teabag by crouching multiple times, not just the once. Yes, I get it, you're waiting at hatch like a little bitch. Brutal killer. Game, there was nothing different about the results of that gameplay than the gameplay before. No, entity displeased. Nothing changed. Like, literally nothing changed. Let me tell you, once I get the Adept Trickster achievement, I am absolutely just going to use that as a badge of honor and like approval to be like, guys, this killer's weak. I am good with him. I can say he's weak. Because honestly, I think that needs to be obvious. This is so clearly not up for debate. I feel like you could fix most of his issues by just equipping a lot of regression perks. Like, if there's ever been a killer who needs corrupt intervention, it's this fucking jackass. The only way in which he might be fun is it's fun for survivors because they get to win for free. But if I was a survivor, I wouldn't want to win for absolutely free, and I know because I've played Survivor, I've won for absolutely free and been carried by my teammates, and although it's nice to rack up that 8,000 blood points for escaping, it's not actually engaging gameplay. Like, if I had no integrity and I didn't actually want to play this game, but I still play it, yeah, I would love playing against Trickster. But even then, I don't want to say that, because I feel like the knives don't do anything, but how do you avoid them? Because they're so inconsistent that it's neither the Trickster player nor their opponent who can really figure out what's going on and do something about it. I always get Groaning Storehouse and Ironworks of Misery confused. See that one way over there? Even though it spawned, like, in the direction I was facing, I still think it's where they're most likely to have spawned, because it's just so far away. Looks like I was right. Or sounds like I was right. I had a hunch. It wasn't a good hunch. I thought I heard someone crawling in the grass. I tend to find that people with Panda in their name always play immersed. The only exception might be Hybrid Panda, but Hybrid Panda's killer main, so he doesn't really even have the potential to be held to that same screen. Holy shit, the panda person healed already? That's not fair. That's not good. I'd rather go for this guy. I still have Hex crowd control up, and the nearest thing he has is a TL wall. What? Like, the bat went through him. I knew he could do that. But it's not about what he can do, it's about what he will do. I didn't expect him to do that. You have Dead Hard? It was a crow. I thought it was a survivor that was like crawling around, but it was a crow. Did you see how quickly that went from we could win this to we can't win this? You get punished for injuring survivors with knives. You don't get rewarded, but not enough. You don't get a lot of hits with him that you can't get with any other of the ranged killers. You just get punished for using your power. That one spool made him immortal. And I can't really leave this Felix alone, despite the fact this is obviously a bad chase I should leave. Because, first of all, because of lacerations, but second of all, because just in general, I have none of the information necessary to do anything else. He had one pallet, and I had no answer because I ran out of knives. How is that my fault? And I feel so insulted by this killer. I'm not the type of killer main who needs to tier 3 bloodlust some random Felix who's like, yeah, just like BioShock. I play this game for maybe like 30 minutes on a weekday. I mainly just need to feed my kids. That's my goal in life. How did none of those hit? It took so long to get this started that by the time it started, do anything. So I've officially turned into a bloodlusting, tunneling killer. That's who I have to be when I choose Trickster. And I'm supposed to pretend this is fun? Honestly, dude, leave. I hate this. I hate this so much. I don't usually try to mind game safe pallets and allow myself to wait for Bloodlust 3 to kick in, but I don't know what else to do with this guy. His power... It's like too much credit to say his power doesn't do anything. It's actively to his detriment. You need to make an effort to avoid throwing the knives. Why? Why would anyone want this? Why am I even reloading? This is the end of the game. The other 3 are out, and the only thing that could happen is I could hook this guy and he'll die. Like, I don't get it. The knives are about as small as Deathslinger's spear, so you can get silly hits, but because they don't injure survivors immediately, and although I understand why they can't injure survivors immediately, if they're gonna be that easy to get hits with, and unlike Deathslinger, don't have like a built-in, yeah, but sometimes it becomes suboptimal mechanic, like the way Deathslinger sometimes needs to just take the stun. I get why they can't injure survivors instantly. But fucking... I keep saying this, if you're gonna give a killer a ranged attack, there needs to be a reason for it. And what can Trickster do? Can he use his ranged attack to get hits from a distance? No, not really, because they don't injure survivors immediately. But he can still almost do something from a distance. And he's so inaccurate. Instead of his left and right hands throwing the knives into a center of the screen, like a general consensus of, yeah, that's about the middle of the screen, he throws them straight forward. Which isn't how any other killer in this game works. Every other killer in this game shoots a little to the right or a little to the left. But because he doesn't do that, what he ends up with a lot is if you aim at a survivor, you can't hit them. It feels almost like what you should do is kind of not look directly at survivors. Don't make eye contact, just look kind of down and to the side, and then maybe half of your knives will hit them. But why would you want your knives to hit them? As you throw your knives, you become slower. The survivor gets the exact same speed boost they would from getting M1'd. And all your knives could be meaningless. So, fucking... But you can't just run around in M1 either, because he's 110. So what do his knives do? They pretend to solve a problem that he doesn't need to have. I'm not even sure it's fair to say he's the weakest killer in the game, because we kind of acknowledge that he's a character in the game, and I don't feel like he's been fully developed. All that being said, the visual design is great. If there's anything I actually am enjoying about him... Oh, come on. Did you just run straight away? No, you're actually playing this okay? If there's anything I actually do like about him, it's like the fun way in which he twirls his bat around after he hits somebody. But besides that, like, what's the point? Sorry.
What should they do to fix this guy?
I am an idiot for using my knives there. Why didn't I just hit her? Those are missing. Maybe I should try one at a time. I found generally what you want to do is not hold the attack button to throw knives consecutively, because he'll do it automatically. But when he does it automatically, he gets more inaccurate and starts throwing them, I think, slower and slower, which makes no sense. It should be the other way around. But you don't want to just carefully throw each individual knife, because that takes about 20 years. So what I found helps is if you, like, hold the aim blade button, but then you mash the attack button. And let's be real here, even if I wasn't playing as Trickster, I'd be struggling on this map because it's very, very big. And in general, it's pretty much, if the map's big, it's hard for the killer, and if the map's small, it's easy for the killer. I was worried you were gonna make fun of me in your comment, dude. I keep trying to do that, but it hasn't worked on anybody yet, so I don't know why I keep trying to do that specifically. Oh my god, the 110 hurts! It hurts so badly! Like there I was just holding auto fire. Now I'm mashing the button. Okay. There I just got so upset that I started overcorrecting my aim. I pressed main event 3 times there before it actually did anything. I don't know who's knocking at my door, but I'm not answering. And I don't understand why they made the choice to wait months and months to hear about this killer not working. That's kind of why I'm doing this stream. I don't want to stream. I would consider it quite irritating and annoying if it literally became my job to play this game for a living. Like, what? No. You didn't tell me anything about this. I mean, fuck, it doesn't even take skill to use the knives. I just hold L1 and then I hold R2, and slowly over the course of time I'm just like a really bad submachine gun who eventually might do a modicum of damage. What's the point? I gotta help after this, and I know Grandma's busy using gossip and propaganda to make that Instacart chopper not like me. Well, now that the game's over, I can help.
Man, good luck with this LOL.
Shoot, is the stream accidentally ended? Sorry about that, folks. Got occupied with something. I was actually asked what should they do to fix this guy, and to anybody that wants to know, even though the guy who asked left the stream beforehand, what I'd say is they should make his ricochet knives default. At the very least, even if we're just okay with him being this weak to the point where it almost feels unfair to put him on a killer tier list because the other killers are in this game and this killer feels like the first draft of a killer, far from a finished product. Oh hey, it's all good, man, again. At the very least, giving him ricochet knives would actually put some trick in Trickster and give him a unique personality. Because right now, the only way he has any personality is specifically through visual design. Elements like, ooh, he has a fun bat that he twirls around and it's all sparkly and makes lightsaber noises. Look, he winks at you on the main menu. People cared a lot about the little details, but nobody seemed to care about the thing that is the mainstay of games? Like, where is the gameplay? He has no personality the moment you start playing as him. He has plenty of personality right now, when he's turning around and winking at me. And the moment the match starts, I may as well be literally anyone else. You could pluck me out of my bedroom and put me in the trials as the killer, and even without a knife, I might be able to do better than him, because I might have base movement speed. Just run around slapping bitches. Some people might ask, well, if they make the Ricochet Knives base kit, then what do you do with the Ricochet add-ons? It's simple. You just keep the parts of the Ricochet add-ons that make Ricochet Knives better, and you take out the part where you need to run the Ricochet Knives add-on to have Ricochet Knives. Sorry that I misheard that comment the first time. I spent half my clip doing that. Goodman, even though that's how I'd play any other killer. Yeah, that's not gonna work. They're eventually just gonna hit you because of how inconsistent the spread and recoil is. So I don't understand why survivors would vouch for this killer. The one thing that actually includes unique counterplay to this killer is ruined by his own weakness. You can't just crouch behind a pre-dropped pallet, it's not gonna work. Hello, Sybil Bennett. Thank you for pointing out a pallet I need to break. I really hope I can catch it from behind. Get a hit before I get stunned by a pallet. Because he's slow, moving forward works. And yet, people don't think he's boring because he doesn't have any answers to moving. She's not looking at me, so she probably doesn't have dead hard. But the game doesn't work, so I'm not gonna get hits that I obviously got. The only thing even remotely salvageable about this is that she jumped into the basement, essentially. He's not just weak. He seems to be even worse if you're going against bad survivors who don't have a plan. Specifically because he's 1 in 10. They can just keep going. How the fuck was that build this fast? He doesn't even have sprint burst. There were too many options, I didn't want to throw knives. Yo, Lori, I'll hit you again. The fact she didn't jump in a locker tells me it's unlikely she has DS, but it could be. Let's see. She actually did have DS. I think I'd rather just risk getting DS'd as this killer than play politely. Yeah, especially because the survivor is such a non-threat that even if they do have DS, it's like, yeah, I'm still just gonna tunnel you, bro. Like, I'll admit it, I'm the one being a dick, but I think you're still partially to blame just because you let me get away with being a dick. How did I not see him move behind this gen at all? He didn't move there. Since when am I aiming at the ground? Just quick and quiet. I don't really want to run them around this loop because it's a guarantee that they're over here trying to finish this gen while that's happening. You can damage generators and break pallets as this killer. I'll give him that much. You just can't kill survivors at all. That was a person. You see, yeah, you got me by hiding there, but why? Why would you hide there? For any other purpose but to feel like, haha, I got him. You were in no danger at all. Yeah, I'm gonna get stung by this. Did it take you a split second to find a survivor? Death. Main event did nothing about the fact that they were body blocking. My god, and that's an easy map for killer. That's a map you're supposed to get and be like, haha, we could sit back and relax now, boys. Nope, not when you're this fucko. I'm gonna drop down to rank 20, hit him with like one moonwalk, just one basic ass moonwalk. And because it's gonna be the first time the players I'm against have seen it, that's the match where I'm gonna get Adept Trickster. Reminds me of when I go on like massive losing streaks in Street Fighter and they drop from gold to silver. And it goes from struggling straight into like, I can easily double perfect this guy. pretty sure that this is more survivor-sided than killer-sided if we're talking about terms of raw balance, but if we're talking about that knife might have hit if there wasn't an unnecessary spread to my knives. Search bars. Is this the counterplay to Trickster? You just pre-drop pallets? Because everybody hates when you beat a killer by pre-dropping pallets. Why would it be any different as him? You've lied, so you don't have dead hard. I might be going for Adept Trickster, she might be going for Adept Fangman. Choose. It's time for the other two hands to pop. You did it too early, David. That being said, please don't try to flashlight blind me. I have enough problems as it is just because I'm playing this stupid character. Dummy. You're the one who wanted to get chased. Like, I don't really want to talk anymore because I feel like I'd just be repeating myself. Survivor mains are gonna think this killer's fun to play against until they realize that the vast majority of tricksters are just going to play disrespectfully to make up for his weaknesses. Yep, and then they're gonna start DCing. They're gonna realize all the Trickster can do is like tunnel and camp. That's the best foot forward he can possibly put. And then they're gonna get upset about it, they're gonna stop winning, and they're gonna start complaining that it's killer mains who are the problem. And that's why he's not fun. are going to be forced to play in an unfun way if their power doesn't counter any of the unfun things survivors can do. Why does it slow you down to hold a knife? It doesn't slow Clown down to hold his bottles. And Clown's bottles accomplish way more than Trickster's knives. Oh, I confused the incomplete generator with the complete generator sounds that were directly behind it. Yeah, I knew there was no point in throwing the knives there. If the survivors within, like, an entire map near the shack, they'll go to the shack. Leave me alone. Unless you want to get hit with Starstruck? Wow, those scratch marks are deceptive. If I had just followed those scratch marks, I would have ran around the outside of the shack. That's twice now. He's tried to bother me and he just got clobbered for it. Oh no, that's not cool now. As a matter of fact, he died. Is the entire point of this power just to show off? Look, I can still win even though I've slowed myself down for no reason. I'm not even sure I can say that the problem is massive risk, no reward. Because it's not a risk that throwing knives is going to be to your detriment. It's just kind of an inherent thing. It would be like saying punching yourself in the face is fun. Well, yeah, if you punch yourself in the face, you risk getting hurt. You don't really risk getting hurt, you just will.
Kiss my grits.
think they really overestimated exactly how far the art design's gonna take him. Because eventually it's just gonna wear off. All the charm's gonna just become obnoxious over time. Not even that much time. Honestly, can't wait to get Adept Trickster just because once I do, I'll be doing something else. Do I see someone? I do see someone. Hiya? Hiya. I must be in a chase, he giggled. You should always go for an M1 if the power can be helped. Especially because it's limited. Uh-huh. She didn't do terrible. I think she was just coming at me with the mindset of, here's how I'll counter this killer. And I'm like, bro, I'm not playing this killer. I am playing man with bat. I'd rather keep this gen. Like, I knew there was someone hiding nearby. I just think anyone that's gonna play that stealth, it's gonna be really hard to touch. Now, I could use the knives here, but as in all situations, I should not. Guys, I actually got 2 hooks before 4 gens popped. Sorry, 3. And they were 2 unique hooks. Oh. I want you because you've been on a hook before, so it's better for me to hit you again. I'll switch to you if you want to make it harder for me to get hurt. I guess I'll just let them go off and heal. I mean, I'd rather hit the Yunjin Lee. Sorry, the whiff. perception of my next attack. I need to do a few more whiffs just to readjust. I guess this is the way you play this killer. You just respect pallets and see if you can get away with throwing knives. Considering I usually take 30 knives to actually down any survivor, I think I should always reload if I have like 30 knives left. I also don't think I should ever go to that side of the map. Yeah, unfortunately, Kate and Ash are making an effort to keep me from being able to just kill the same two survivors over and over. Which was pretty much my whole strategy going into this game. Baseman? Baseman. Alright. Considering I don't have barbecue and chili, I don't think there's any reason why I should take her to the back hook. I'm gonna break this pallet though. No matter what killer you're playing, broken pallets are better than even the most unsafe of pallets. Yeah, I defend these three generators, this triangle. If I leave this triangle, I'm dead. I can slug her because she might have DS. Okay, that's pretty silly. Everybody's been hooked once. I don't really want the basement anymore. But I definitely want a hook as close to this gen as I can possibly get. And there's a place nearby to reload, so this is my favorite hook. I should keep bringing them back to this hook. I overestimated the thickness of that window. You see, he's thinking so hard about dodging my horrible knives that he ended up running back into me for some reason. And I made no effort to trick him into doing that. He just, of his own volition, decided it was a good idea to run towards me instead of away from me. Alright, she's gone. So is my favorite hug. I give up. I don't need that Yunjin Lee on a hook. What I need is to protect my 3-gen. Oh, it's just called a 3-gen. I was about to say lockdown, and I thought I forgot the word. Take him to the basement. There definitely seems to be someone on that gen. It's worth reloading. Unfortunately, that gen might pop in this time, because you gotta factor in all the time it takes for me to get back to the gen. They're not necessarily gonna leave just the moment they hear my heartbeat. Actually, they may have just tapped it. I thought they were actually working on it. Two different stories. Well, someone's running directly into the basement, so let's go hit them. One hit, bro. If I had literally gotten one more knife, she would have been hard punished for being altruistic. Hey, this could be my chance. If I can somehow hit both of them, if neither of them have adrenaline. Could slug for the 4K, but yeah. They're so altruistic that I don't think I need to. Ash will still run right up to me. I don't know whether or not those are Yunjin Lee's blood trails or Ash Williams's. don't feel like this killer really counters this type of aggressive altruism, but killers in general counter this type of aggressive altruism. But now there might be a key. And that would ruin everything. That would ruin my whole day. No, they're healing. If they're healing on the wrong side of the map, go ahead. Just as long as you don't have a key. Because I don't think you understand. Anybody willing to put themselves through this. Anybody willing to put themselves through this and through the ringer. That's a man with the type of patience you should fear. Bro, you may as well call me a middle school teacher, 'cause I'll wait. I can't do anything about a hatch escape with a key. And if they start bothering me and vaulting, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Would have been better if you didn't.
Hey! Hey!
Something tells me he's got tenacity and flip-flop. Tenacity is more obvious. Okay, time to look for the hatch, which might actually be on this side. It's definitely spawned already. But the mere fact that happened tells me, yep. Damn it. No. Hold up, y'all. Sorry about that. I'm back now. First detour was had to help with the groceries, and the second detour was I had to pee. Speaking of, you know, I do help with the groceries. I just don't like how my grandma makes it a personal thing that I don't get up and help with the groceries immediately. If there's anything good about the Trickster, it's because he sends your, rank so far down, you start to actually meet survivors you haven't met. I mean, you don't need to smurf at all in this game. You don't need to throw a game. You just need to play Trickster. I was so close that last time, bro. I was so close. I had to pull out every dirty trick, and using main event cucked me because I missed that one crucial knife at the very end of Kate's life. Yo, shut the fuck up. Why can I hear you throughout the whole house? I should not be able to hear you throughout the whole house. The reloading really hurts him. He doesn't reload all that slowly. Just the mere fact he has to reload hurts him a lot. And you know, speaking of, why does he have to reload? Let's think about that for a moment. Alright. Oh, come on. Throw knives, sure, but if you can get an M1, go for the M1. That still seems to be the game plan here. I hear people over here. Okay, there's like a Jake. How is he so far? I still have crowd control. I forgot about that. Yo, Jake kinda looks like the dead guy. I'm still not really winning, because although I got the hook at the end of the day, and it may not have taken a super long time to get this hook, the mere fact that he finished a gen before I could hook him means that he's currently the one who's winning. He's got like more health than I do, the survivors. Their team has more health than I do. Did you save him without BT? Oh, okay. Nice body block in the end. Still gonna try to tunnel him though, because I am going for Adept. If there's it. Oh! He got lagged. Do you have decisive? Because I'd rather risk decisive than just not. Yeah, no, I can't be polite or nice at all as this killer. I have to make the deliberate choice to be an asshole. It just needs to be accepted. I bear no personal resentment against this Jake. Just that if y'all don't want to get tunneled or camped by tricksters, you should absolutely want them buffed. I think she accidentally dead-hearted into a corner. That's what I'm gonna say happened there. Thankfully, thanks to the body block earlier, this Fang goes down in one hit. Unless she has dead hard, she has dead hard. Jeez, that was a big boy dead hard. That's like how dead hard is supposed to actually look. That's how crazy that was. I wonder if you're exposed or if Starstruck was on cooldown by the time I picked Fang up. I called out that he was gonna change course halfway through, but I should chase him because he's my only chance of getting a kill, but I shouldn't chase him because he's made it to the main building. I also lost my opportunity to use main event, but main event's not good. So did I really lose an opportunity? Or did I just lose differently? How is he healed already? What are you waiting for? I don't think I need to break any of the walls that are by windows because I still have hex crowd control. I don't really need to chase anyone around the main building for any reason right now. What I need to do is maybe camp this Fang Min while patrolling these generators. I can't do both super well at the exact same time. Yeah, it's pretty obvious what happens here. The LED finishes that gen and I don't kill anybody. It's not a situation that could happen, that it's time for me to try to counteract. It's just the default story, the unchanging static story of this match. Starstruck might have helped. Ooh, Starstruck did help, okay. Nice, nearby hook. Good. I didn't get the worst hook I could possibly get. Just now the question is, did they have BT? They had adrenaline, which is pretty much just as bad for me. Didn't go well. Looks like this ain't it either. This killer is, and his whole power is just a waste of time. What is the malicious emblem anyways? Oh my god. This killer gives me like clinical depression. Ugh. I'm the biggest boss that you've seen thus far. My child isn't disabled, your child is in physical pain after 5 hours of work. I don't think that's a disability. I think we just have a society that's dumb enough to expect people not to be in pain after 5 hours of work. That's not default for people. I hate that we have a culture which pretends it is. Chess meme. Wish there were more chess memes. Games are such a great metaphor for life. I'm just gonna break walls, because it's a thing I can get value out of and do immediately. Plus, honestly, it feels better than chasing survivors. Alright. Here we go, doing the thing, doing the... What the heck? She was so far away from the pallet, and then I lunged and she threw down the pallet. She didn't even have to take a step back towards the pallet. And now she's made it across the whole damn map. Oh. Oh no. That's what I get for trying to strafe. Is there a problem where if you lunge, pallet stuns just don't happen? Yeah, I guess so. I tried to zone her, but she refuses to be zoned. There wasn't a window there. This might not be such a horrible thing. Oh, for fuck's sake. I'm not in BBQ, so I better use this time to reload. It'd be better if I had BBQ and would just be going off to a new chase, but that's not how this works. When you're running these stupid perks on this stupid killer. On this stupid map. No. That's not how the problem with pallet stuns is working. I don't even know at this point what is and isn't a good chase, because I've kind of already lost all late game potential. Remember how I spent the beginning of this match breaking walls to get value out of them? Don't you think it's a little too serendipitous that she shows up at the one wall which isn't broken yet? Does she have a key? She has a key. You dickhead. They're exposed, but they're also running away, so I'm not gonna get any value out of her being exposed. And I really doubt a Legacy Survivor's gonna camp a pallet. Still gave it the old swisharoo. I bet you the exposed thing is long gone right now. She shouldn't be able to do that. She was completely concealed from the pallet. And by the time I swung, she just teleported back to it. I didn't even get to see which gem they did. Okay, so the showstopper thing, or the starstruck thing, is definitely over. But especially considering how fast that other gen just got done, it's a guarantee that even if I had stopped chasing the survivor, nothing would have changed. According to them, it's gonna be like, oh, this is out of personal resentment, because it's TTV, haha. Nope. Couldn't give less of a shit about that. thing I'm mad about is a shitty map design, a shitty killer. It's like, why do they keep feeding me shit? And the answer's kind of just because I keep eating it. And once again, I think this survivor might be under the effects of Starstruck right now. But I don't know for sure. It might be over. It's over. What do you guys want? Why is that a ball? Look, I slowed myself down and now I have even less of a chance to catch her. Oh no, not my Hex crowd control. How will I ever hit them with the Noah that I've proven 3 times that I don't have by now? Well, I'm not getting head-on. How the hell are you healed? You must have inner strength and head-on. Yeah, I'm not getting head-on. I'm just leaving this whole area. We're not doing that. Absolutely not. Trying to reload in peace. You're so good, bro. You're so good. Look at you dodging the knives, which literally don't go where I tell them to. You don't actually dodge his knives. It's just that no matter what you did, you would have avoided just as many knives. You could literally stand perfectly still in the Trickster but still miss. Not the person playing as Trickster, just the Trickster. The man I'm the meanest to is me. Hey, I played against 123 last night. You can keep winking through the pain, dude. I know that you hurt inside. Break free. I want to break free. I want to break free from your lies. You're so self-satisfied. I want to break free. I can't wait to get Adept Trickster and maybe play 1 or 2 matches with like what I think would be an actually good perk loadout for him, so get to try that out and then never play him again. Do I get it? Yes, but it was questionable at best. Oh god damn it, I got stuck on the pallet? I got stuck on the pallet? Didn't throw a single knife. And all not throwing a knife did was make it so that I actually got to down someone. His power doesn't help him down, people. I don't want to throw knives from a distance either, because that too would just make me slower, and I'm already slow. My gen wasn't regressing, but I didn't see anyone on it based off the one glance I gave it. I don't understand why I couldn't see the part where she turned around. I think I should probably just stick to this for a bit. Maybe I should go to that side. He's got a toolbox and he's climbing up the hill, so I'm gonna go the other way. Easy read. That's the middle gen, so that's really bad. Well, although with barbecue barbecue and chili, I'd be willing to run across a map because I'd know for sure there'd be a survivor to find. Without barbecue and chili, I should probably just stick close to a potential target. I haven't thrown a single knife this game. It's been doing wonders. Did I get DS? Nope. They just DC'd because they got tunneled. I want to throw knives, but I just know it's a bad idea. He actually went so close to the window that I'm pretty sure I should have just swung. She could do if she doesn't have this available. This is even worse than if she had just been looping the good thing over and over. Were they all missing? Tried to use the power, and it literally gave her a loop that went around the entire map. Because the spread is so bad that it wasn't possible to finish her off. Good Lord, why am I so slow when holding one knife? They're tiny. There's no reason. He should be moving at Huntress speeds when he's got his knife up. The game tells me I have 0 blades, but I very clearly visually saw Trickster pull out another blade. This all happened because I tried to use my power. This has nothing to do with the survivor being good. I'm not even saying they're bad. It's just that it was such a massive risk to use my power with no potential benefit that this is all I get to do. I just get to walks... I'm a survivor watcher. This isn't a killer, it's just a survivor watcher. I can't even make it to this exit gate before she gets there. That alone totally bought her enough time to get to the other exit gate. I am not kidding you. This is fun, guys. This is fun. Quiet behavior. Why did you do this? Like, are you trying to make it so people don't play DBD anymore? Or are you just sick of the game? Because I'm playing it, but I'm only playing it to showcase what's wrong with it. I mean, if I was playing a decent killer who had options, I'd probably just be impressed right now. I'd be like, wow, look at that Yunjin Lee. She ran me the whole map twice, good on her. But because I'm playing Trickster, it's like, so? I could run a Trickster around the map 3 times. What does this one even do? This sucks so much, it's a waste of time. And why am I doing it? Just because I don't believe that you guys are gonna believe me unless I get this done. I want to write, but after this I feel like I need a walk. Especially if it gets to like 5, I'm gonna have to call this off. Like I knew I may not get it this stream. But there were times where we got really close. So I knew this would be part 1. But the idea of not getting it this stream makes me so mad. Because then there will be a part 2. I've had good days and bad days with this map. I like that there are breakable walls everywhere. Nia, if you could do me a favor and just spend this entire game doing that, I would greatly appreciate it. Oh my god. Angel. Hex crowd control isn't going to do much on this map because all the resources are pallets. You know that Billy on the Street bit where he approaches a lady and says, "Name a woman!" And she like freaks out, gets nervous, and can't do it? I feel like you could do that with this map, except instead of name a woman, it's name a window. Name a single window that's on this map. And the Gideon me plane would just go, Man, with no tracking perks, it's very much like, what the heck is going on here? Now that could have been bad, but honestly, I prefer the reason I lose because we had a lot of options. Someone chose the better one than the reason I lose. To be, I just took away the option. Or not even took away, but didn't give them the option. Help them win instantly. Is that Cheryl still here? Yes. Yes, she is. What? I confused the dead guy for Cheryl. Please let me hit her, that's such a stupid thing. To not get a hit over. I've hit every single survivor. Like, it's not even that she corner juked me. I aimed at that corner. God pallet here. Honestly, like, what else is new, right? I don't know why you did that. What did I tell you? I knew it was a bad idea to break this wall. I just don't like breakable walls. They did one upstairs. I didn't even know there was one upstairs. I heard Adam. All of this over you doing one dumb thing, Cheryl. Just one dumb thing that I responded to properly, by the way. Jeez. This map is like a maze if mazes weren't interesting. So they went off and healed. I can only imagine that now they're coming for the unhook from some direction. Yeah, and She gave the injured survivor a window, which is a good call. Doors are probably open by now. That door's open. There's no way she'll stay there. She's dead anyway, so this actually doesn't help. I can put up with maybe one more attempt at this dumb shit. But I really think this might just be an exercise in fruitlessness, folks. That being said, maybe that's why I want it so bad. Just because I know there's no way anyone else really has this achievement. Because how are you going to get Adept Trickster if Trickster's power just makes it harder to get Adept Trickster? Like, I think that's the best way to describe it. This is what Trickster's power accomplishes. It makes it harder to get Adept Trickster. It just makes it harder to kill survivors. It's one thing for the power to be hard to use, but it helps you kill survivors. This power's, I don't want to say hard to use, because I don't feel it like it takes a lot of skill from me to just hold L1 and then hold R2. Nor does it take a lot of skill for me to hold L1 and mash R2. But to develop a strategy that actually works based around the idea that if you throw a single knife, you've made the game worse for yourself, that's much harder. That, I actually do agree takes skill. And it seems the go-to is tunnel people hard, but it also seems like survivors have caught on to the go-to with this guy is tunnel people hard. So they do everything in their power to keep you from being able to do that. It makes no sense. Why did they release him in this state? At least he's not broken like the twins are, but are you kidding me? That's our new benchmark? Or broken like the twins were, I mean. That shouldn't be our benchmark, bro. Trickster can't win on one map. What makes you think he can win on 1.5? I think I'll try to defend this side though. I have arbitrarily slowed myself down. All I had to do was press the power button. Where are they? Not quite really. I should just give them a gem at this point. it's also annoying as hell.
Yeah.
Nope, you're bad.
Yeah. 좋았어.
Hey, shove it. Shove it, my dude. I literally threw 30 knives at that guy and got the equivalent of 1 M1. How do they think this is okay? Hey, cat. Well, that's it for today. I'm done hurting myself.